Okay, welcome to the video. This is chapter 10.4. This is part 2. This video is mostly for my 7-8 mod, but any of my Algebra 1 classes can use this video to help them. If you remember, on the back page of your notes, we had 8 problems here, and I did the odds with you in class. Now, this is more specifically, like I said, for my mod 7-8. I told you guys that I would put the evens in a video that you could watch to help you finish up your notes today in class, because I told you I wouldn't be able to be here today. So this video is intended to help you with that, but like I just said, anybody else from my other classes, if you would like to use this video just for assistance or to help you study, etc., whatever you need to do, okay? So we're going to go over the evens in this video. There are 4 problems. It really shouldn't take us that long. If you remember, you have a work page. Your work page probably has a bunch of work on the first page, on the first side of it, I mean. Because we did the odds in class. So I'm going to flip over and I'm going to start with number 56 on the evens, okay? So 56. All right. So we have 9 over m plus 2 plus 8 over m minus 7. Okay, now we talked about the difference between factors and terms. So when we are making the list for same, different, and LCD, please do not put M in your category for same, because yes, they do both have an M, but we're talking about factors. These M's are terms, not factors. So your factors are the entire thing here. This whole like little grouping, the M plus 2 and the M minus 7, those are your factors. So in fact, they don't have anything the same. Different, we have M plus 2 and the other one's got M minus 7. That's what they each have different from each other. So your LCD list is these 2 lists combined. So nothing for same. It's basically just going to be the difference list. Okay? So we need to make sure that both denominators have both factors in them. And if they don't, we need to fix that and multiply what's missing. All right, so this first fraction, the denominator is m plus 2. It is missing the m minus 7, so we need to multiply that into the top and to the bottom. Okay. Second fraction has the m minus 7. It is missing m plus 2, so multiply it into the top, to the bottom. Okay, so now you are going to distribute in the numerator. The denominator, leave it factored, because the whole goal of this is to see if something would possibly cancel. That's how you simplify a rational. So this will be 9m. And 9 times negative 7 is negative 63. Over m minus 7, leave the denominator factored, just rewrite it the way you see it. Next one, plus 8 times m is 8m, and 8 times 2 is plus 16. Same denominator, m minus 7, m plus 2. Okay, so now we have common denominators. So we can just go ahead and add across the top. We have 8. I'm sorry, that's not an 8, that's a 9. Hello, 9m plus 8m. We'll go down here with it. So that's going to be 17m. And then we have negative 63 plus 16, and that's going to be negative 47 over m minus 7 times m plus 2. Okay. So I'm looking at the numerator and I'm trying to see if there's something I can factor out. I'm pretty sure that 17 is prime. It is. 47, I'm pretty sure that's also prime. So we can't factor anything out in the top, and therefore nothing's going to cancel. So final answer, here it is. Okay. Next one, 58. We have 5v over 6v squared plus 6v, okay, minus 4 over 3v, All right, so remember what I told you guys, we need to make sure that both of these denominators are completely factored before we can start making the list. So this first denominator, we can pull out a 6 and a v, and we're left with v plus 1. This denominator, those are already primes. 3 is a prime number, 3 times v, it's just 3 and a v, okay? But back to this for a second, I just noticed that 6 is not prime. Let's break this down even more so that it's only prime numbers, okay? So this denominator is now going to be 2 times 3 times v plus 1. So you need to make sure that both denominators have all of this. So let's make the list here. Same. What do they have the same? They both have a 3 and they both have a v. Different. This denominator has a 2 and a v plus 1 that the other one doesn't have. So 2 and v plus 1. So your LCD needs to be a combination of these two lists. So a 2, a 3, a v, and a v plus 1 needs to be present in both denominators. Let me zoom out a little bit here. So this first one has the 2, has the 3, has the v plus 1. So there's nothing we need to multiply into the first fraction. The second fraction is missing the 2, has the 3, has the v, oh, and it's also missing the v plus 1. So 2 times v plus 1 to the top and to the bottom. All right, so let me zoom back in here so we can do this math. Your first fraction is going to stay the same. 5v over 6v, v plus 1. Over here, let's distribute. We've got, well, 4 times 2 is going to make an 8. So I'm going to change this to an 8, and then I'm going to distribute. So this should be 8v plus 8. 8 times 1. Okay, divided by, same denominator. That's the whole point of doing this. 6v, v plus 1. All right, so this is a subtraction problem. We're going to change this to addition and distribute that negative sign into the second fraction here. So now we have 3v minus 8v. 3v, oh my gosh. Sometimes I do math and I say it out loud and my head thinks faster than my mouth moves sometimes. Sorry about that. 5v minus 8v is negative 3v. Oh my goodness. Then minus 8. Okay. Over 6v, v plus 1. In the numerator, 3 and 8, nope, 3 is prime and it doesn't divide into 8, so there's nothing to factor out and therefore nothing's going to cancel. Final answer. Alrighty, 2 more. 60 comes after 58, right? Evens. Okay, so we have b plus 6 over 2b squared plus 2b minus 4 over 2b. All right, so before you start making the list, you need to factor. Make sure that the denominators are completely broken down to factors. So this is going to be 2b, factor that out. We're left with b plus 1. So that's good. 2 is prime. It'll be a 2b, b plus 1. So we have 3 factors here. Over here, 2b, perfectly good. So same. Looks like they both have a 2 and they both have b. Different. Well, this guy's got a b plus 1. So LCD, combination of those two, you need to make sure that each denominator has 2, b, and b plus 1. Okay? So first fraction's denominator has all 3 of those factors, a 2, a b, and a b plus 1. Over here, though, we just have 2 and b. We are missing the b plus 1. So to the top, to the bottom. Distribute in the top. 4 times b is 4b. 4 times 1 is 4. So I'm kind of getting ahead of myself here. Let's rewrite this first one first. So this is b plus 6 over 2b, b plus 1, minus, okay, here we go, 4b plus 4. Over 2b, b plus 1. Okay, so let's, well, this is subtraction. Let's change it to addition and distribute that negative. So that's minus 4b and minus 4. So we have b minus 4b. So that's 1 minus 4. It's negative 3. And then I have 6 minus 4. That's going to be positive 2. Whoops, I forgot b with 3. Sorry. If you were screaming at your screen, forgive me. Over 2b, b plus 1. Okay. In the numerator, 3 and 2, both primes, no factors. Final answer. Okay, so final one, 62. 4 over 3m plus m plus 5 over 3m m minus 2. All right, I'm looking at the denominators. They're both completely factored. Same, different, LCD. So the same, they both have a 3 and they both have m. Different, the second fraction has m minus 2. So LCD is 3, m minus 2. Make sure that it's got all 3 factors in the denominator. The first one has the 3, has the m, missing m minus 2. Okay. Second fraction has all 3 factors, so we don't need to do anything. So let's distribute. 4m minus 8 over 3m m minus 2. Okay. Plus, leave the second fraction alone. That denominator already had everything it needed. Okay, so this is addition. Let's just add across the top. 4m plus m is 5m. I'm going to put this answer down here this time because I have a little extra room. 5m and negative 8 plus 5 minus 3 over 3m m minus 2. Okay, always check for factors. I'm sorry, for a GCF. 3 and 5, both prime, nothing's going to factor out, nothing's identical, nothing's going to cancel. That's it. These get pretty boring when nothing cancels because the whole point of it, the whole point of factoring is to hopefully cancel out some factors. So when we're factoring this out and solving, it's kind of disappointing when it turns out that nothing's going to cancel because then it kind of feels pointless. But anyway, needless to say, this is how you do this. So you should have all of these done. Nice, neat math. Hopefully you do yours really neat like I do. Color coding is really beneficial, I believe. But anyway, I digress. So I gave you guys an assignment yesterday. Hopefully you could make some sense of it. And if not, hopefully this now has helped a little bit. So if you have finished the assignment, you can move on to the next thing that you're supposed to be doing today. If you have not finished the assignment, right now would be a good time to go back to that worksheet. I think I gave you like 16 problems or something. Go back to that worksheet and try some of the ones that you might have skipped. Okay, it's Mod 7-8. I'm sorry I'm not there to help you today, but do your best, try your best, and if we got some time on Thursday, we can definitely go over some questions. The rest of you guys, you should be able to get on track. I should be available to help you. Okay, so you guys are going to have your test over this chapter on Friday, so make sure you're prepared. This video will stay posted in case you need something to help you study. Have a good night, and I will see you in class.